Right.
And the sound on the keyboard wasn't right to start with,
So
yeah.
Because I change it.
Yeah, from okay. So we're going back to the beginning of this track, okay. It's a different sound. That comes later, doesn't it? That's better, like that, to start with. And then you go into that, don't you? As we drew near to the mine, an engine house towered above us, a link between worlds, bringing what's below to join with what is above. We sit between here on the earth. The professor smiled at me, looking heavenward. Nearing the shaft entrance, I began to feel a little nervous, that we were about to descend into the darkness and into the unknown. Come on! There is very little time. I watched as Professor Peter Dively disappeared over the edge and into the darkness below. I followed him, trusting that my feet would find the rungs of the ladder that disappeared into the shadows of the earth. After what seemed like an age, I looked up and saw a pinprick of light that represented the world I'd left behind on the surface. Don't look up and don't look down. My eyes now began to get used to the lack of light. What's that? I could just make out picks and shovels leaning against the tunnel wall that disappeared into the shadows of the edge of the shaft. I guess they must be relics left by the miners who had once worked there long ago. Suddenly, a white shadow of light shifted towards me along the tunnel. The professor sensed my fear. Just ghosts, just shadows from long ago. As I panicked and shouted. At this I panicked and shouted, how much further? A long while later, and after a weary descent into the unknown, are we at our destination, Professor? Well, we have reached the bottom of the mine, 390 fathoms below the surface. He turned to look at me as he uttered these words. His face melted in a phosphorescent glow of intense colour, and we began once more to descend, this time without the aid of ladders. My body felt weightless in this newfound darkness. The pressure of rocky surfaces all around seemed to withdraw into the shadows. We were now as if some deepest part of some pitch-black, lightless ocean afloat on an unseen force. I tried to peer into the shadows. Islands of fluorescent shapes, colour and light. Did they drift towards me, or was I drifting towards them? I could not be sure. Various creatures drifted upward from the abyss, made distinct by the light. Yeah, I talk over, but you take that my sound, my sampler. You'll know when I come back. Okay, yeah. The Professor! Where was he? And yet I could feel his presence. I found it impossible to distinguish between my own thoughts and his. It was as if we were one being. I was him and he was me. We were all that we were experiencing, and the descent had slowed down. I entered the glade in this underworld. I entered the glade in this underworld wilderness, and there I could clearly make out two fluorescent figures dancing in the darkness. As they emerged from the shadows, I started to That's what happens there. Medium at the moment. And it may be on Monday I can change That's it.
Over the top of the cake.
Yeah. I passed through a cloud of intense bright light, which bathed my body in a feeling a deep hunger, nourished by the luminescence. The light! The light! A fire raged about me with an intensity that turned all it touched to ash. It burnt cold, the flames consuming, but with an icy fury that cleansed the spirit. I was being carried upwards. As above, so below. The professor was standing next to me, overlooking a green and pleasant valley that was filled with the dark-stained ruins of engine houses, relics of a past from long ago. We watched as the sun set behind the earth, as the night transcended the day. The professor smiled and disappeared. Better. I think the thing is, we're still not working together on that last bit. I think that will come together when you're rehearsing. Yeah, well, I have all these keys I'm playing up early on, and then I diminish it. I think we should leave this bird song going for a little bit. I think it's really nice. We've got to get to the cuckoo bit, and I'm happy. And then, are you happy to go into your next bit? The cuckoo could be the sign you hear the cuckoo start fading out. But I still think with that last section, you really need to, so basically what you need is a copy of this, because after those words come out, and we've got that gap before I go into this bit here, we need to have that music, it really needs to come, that's the biggest part of the show really, in terms of, because everything then, like you have a beginning, middle and end, but there's always a bit towards the penultimate end of the show, before you get to the end, that kind of indicates, okay, this is the highlight here of the sound. I'm wondering whether to get Sheila and Claude at that point to... There you are. That's lovely. People are laughing at that. And then to go on, to get them, after they've come off, maybe they could go behind the screen as shadows. I don't know. When all that's going on, to give some kind of thing, everything's come together. Yeah.